Hello guys, I have just arrived to Florence, Italy. It is currently 2 p.m. and I just got off my train to a very loud and overwhelming train station. I just left Venice, Italy this morning, which I vlogged, and I'm actually just under 3 weeks into my little 7-week Euro summer trip backpacking, as you can see. So I've been vlogging my entire journey. This is my second city and actually technically third city in Italy. First on the itinerary today is to check into my hostel, which is about 10 minutes away. And then after that, I actually think I'm gonna do a day trip to Pisa to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa and start my actual Florence exploration tomorrow. So I realized it's actually only a 13-minute walk, so I decided to just walk it. Although my stuff is heavy, I just feel like I need some steps today. Plus the bus just wasn't coming, so I'm like, okay. I am now about 6 minutes away, so I'm halfway there. I see a lot of travelers in this area. The streets are very like skinny, kind of like Paris, but it doesn't feel as clean as Paris, not in this area at least. I remember last year I was considering studying abroad in Florence, Italy, and I ended up passing on it. So I wonder after these next few days if I'll feel like I missed out or if I made the right decision. Well, I think I made the right decision anyway, but you get what I'm trying to say. Whew, I'm out of breath. So I checked in and got settled into my hostel. It's currently 3:30 now, and I also took a 10-minute power nap, which I really freaking needed. Honestly, I cannot be bothered right now to take another freaking train to go to the Tower of Pisa. It's also because it's an 1.5-hour train ride to get there, and people say literally the only thing to do in Pisa is to stare at the tower. So you get there and you're just like, okay, and then you come back, which I'm just not in the mood for another 3-hour commute. I just really want to put my headphones in, walk around the city. I had some things planned out for tomorrow that I think I'm just gonna do today, which is just seeing like the city's landmarks and things like that. Guys, that lobby was freaking insane. It's filled with a bunch of young people. Well, I'm guessing they're all waiting to check in since it's 3:30. I checked in like an hour ago, so I'm glad they let me do that early because I would hate to be waiting in the lobby right now. So the first place I'm going on my list is called 𝐿 Centrale Florence, and it's a 10-minute walk away. It's like this market with like food and trinkets and jewelry. Also, I feel like I've gotten to a point where like a 20-minute walk is something I'm completely desensitized to. That 10 minutes, I'm like, easy. I'll be there in the blink of an eye. So I just walked from that side, stopped by this mini mart and got some water and some tomato flavored Lay's. I stumbled across the market and it's huge. So I think I'm gonna pull over, eat my Lay's, and then walk down. And so far the shopping prices are looking a lot more affordable than everywhere else I've been in Europe so far. So it's tomato and onion.
Lay's chips.
Oh yeah, but it just tastes like barbecue. So I've been walking for literally 1 minute down this aisle, and immediately the people that work at each stand will like come up to you and like try to draw you in and like talk to you immediately, and I'm like, dude, I literally just glanced, and I don't like that. In regular stores, I already don't like it when people talk to me and try to sell me on stuff, but to like literally just see me glance for a second and to like hassle me to come over, it makes me want to just walk straight through this market. And it's overwhelming too when it was like back to back, like I'm like avoiding this person, so then I turn this way and then that person's doing that, and I'm just like, ugh. A lot of the stores seem to be pretty similar, but I'm seeing this one here with like cute journals, and homeboy's leaving me alone. I love it. So we just walked down here. We still have all of this and this too. Lots of like bags, belts, journals, trinkets. Some of the bags are so freaking cute, but now I've been scared off. Like I don't want to talk to anybody anymore. I'm sure there's some really great things, but I just don't feel like this is a comfortable shopping experience so far. And I've been here for literally 5 minutes.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Almost free?
No grazie.
No, grazie.
Yeah, like I don't even want to look, guys. Although everything's looking really freaking cute. No grazie. I like that guy. He's minding his business, doing his thing. Okay, just quickly walked through. Honestly, saw some amazing pieces. I was just way too anxious to like actually go check it out. I don't want to be unfair and say that like I wouldn't recommend it or it's not a good shopping experience, because there were some amazing pieces and I'm sure the people are very helpful, but I think the first like 8 vendors just gave me like massive anxiety because I was like the only person and then they were just like all trying to, I don't know, that just set me off the wrong way. Whatever, it's all good. It was interesting regardless. Already I can tell that like this city has so much shopping. Lots of leather, lots of vintage. The next thing that I have on my list to check out is called the Piazza del Duomo. Y'all, there are so many stores here, like so many, to the point where I'm low-key getting analysis paralysis. Like there's so many that I don't want to look at any of them. But the pieces are all beautiful, like such good pieces. Wow. Wow, this might be the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is crazy. Whoa. I cannot even imagine seeing something like this in the States. These cathedrals that I've been seeing around Europe have not failed to amaze me every single time. Like, I can't even believe that that's real. Like, really, let's really take a look at this sculpture together. The fact that they sculpted this, the detail on that is absolutely crazy. Not to mention, everything in this vicinity is so gorgeous. The building right across also has the most beautiful door I've ever seen. I'm really still just trying to take this in. This is crazy. All the like sculptures at the top too. Wow. 200 feet around is this insane view. Like, bro, this is so grand. And if you look up top, you can see some people, which I think is so cute. They're probably having like the best view of the city right now. I believe up there is called the 𝐽𝐿TO's Bell Tower, but up next we are very close to the Piazza della Repubblica. Also, check out this line to get in. Guys, I was gonna crash out earlier. So what happened was, after that last clip, my battery died. And I always carry spare batteries with me, but I couldn't find them in my bag. So I forgot them back at the hostel, 20-minute journey back. So I go back, I get the batteries, and during the whole time, I'm just feeling so overwhelmed, in such a bad mood. Low-key, I'm still feeling that way. I hate to start off the vlog with such negative energy, but I just feel so heavy-hearted today, and I think it all started when this morning I missed my train. I ended up getting on the next one, which was an hour later, which isn't a big deal, but it was just inconvenient. And I just feel like a bunch of little inconvenient things have happened today that I'm just like one too many right now. If I had come to Italy or even Florence as an isolated trip, I think it would be a lot easier for me to overwrite my feelings right now. Because I'm just about 3 weeks into my 7-week trip, I feel like it's only normal that like I'm gonna have some days that are down days, and I think this is actually my first one where I'm just like not in the mood. Like, I've experienced being tired, I've experienced being inconvenienced, I've experienced like physical pain just from walking too much or carrying too much, but I don't know, I haven't yet experienced just truly not being in the mood. Like, I'm a very naturally curious and excited person, and I just don't feel any of that right now. So I really don't know what I need to do in order to feel better. I'm definitely trying to remain humble and grateful, because I know that even with my problems, they are such first world problems, and I know there's billions of people who would trade places with me. I'm trying to keep that awareness at the forefront, but at the same time allowing myself to just feel my feelings and just be transparent about that. So despite craving pasta, I thought it would be a good idea to come to a Chinese restaurant, because there's a lot of Chinese restaurant options here in Florence that I'm seeing. Maybe like just something warm and something that's like a piece of home would make me feel better. Also, this is not as cheap as I thought it was gonna be, but it's all good. I'm paying for my happiness right now. Just finished eating at that restaurant. I ordered a mapo tofu and it was really freaking spicy, but like just spicy enough for me not to cry. Also, it's just started sprinkling. I am torn between just calling it a day and just starting fresh and starting better tomorrow, or going to 2 more places. I'm leaning towards going towards 2 more places because 2 more is not that bad. So there's a coffee shop called Todomodo that's only a 10-minute walk from here. So I'm here at this bookstore. Oh my gosh, it is so cute in here. First of all, mirror. That is the entrance. You go here, turn, there's this hallway, and it looks like there's a cafe with really unique seating over there. There's no room for kids in here. This might be the coolest bookstore slash cafe I've ever been to. Like, what a cool space. So this place, it says specialty coffee bookstore. It's called Todomodo. This is like actually the cutest third space I've ever been in. Like, I'm actually so surprised. It makes me want to be a student here in Italy just so I have work to do here. Like, I literally just want to rot in this cafe all day because it's so beautiful. Wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's almost fixing my mood actually. So we are now walking to the oldest perfumery in the world, I think, and it is absolutely beautiful in here. It smells so good. There is this second whole other room. This one is more for soaps. They all smell very herbal, like everything that I've smelled so far. It's literally hot, but it's raining. So I'm just trying to stay dry, but I'm deciding to call it an evening because it's already 7:14 p.m. and I think I just need to start the day fresh tomorrow. But I saw some good things today still. I'm just excited to relax, get settled, and have an early night right now, to be honest. Good morning. It is the next day. I literally fell asleep for 12 freaking hours last night. It's currently 9 a.m. I slept from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. straight. Like, I was planning just to take like an hour nap or something and ended up just knocking out. I literally fell asleep with like my makeup on. So this morning, got cleaned up, got ready for the day, and I'm actually starting my day earlier than I usually do. So I'm just gonna pick up where I was exploring yesterday. So first thing on today's itinerary is the Piazza della Repubblica. Also, today is the day that marks 3 weeks into my Europe trip. So I have just under 4 left, which is crazy. Hey guys, just caught. There was a fucking man in there, literally making it so fucking obvious that he was staring at my ass. Like, dude. I know I'm wearing a skirt, that just makes me so uncomfortable. So I found these random steps to sit at. First, I got a baby croissant. I got a mini pizzette. And then lastly, this like bread with tomato sauce, which looks so freaking good. And I love tomato sauce on bread. Like, even when I get pizza at home where it's like a build your own situation, I always ask for more tomato sauce, and sometimes I don't even get cheese. This slaps. Wow, I didn't realize that the dough on this is like a croissant. It has that like flake to it while tasting like pizza. I love this texture. Next is this baby croissant. It looks like there's cheese inside. Wow, that's so good. There's ham and cheese. I don't want to jinx anything, but we're off to a good start today, guys. This is so comforting. None of my food yesterday just hit the spot. So I feel like I really needed this. I just stumbled across a random bakery too. Wow. I need to like go back and get the name because it's so freaking good. Okay guys, we made it. It's just this big courtyard with this definitely as the focal point. There's a cute like carousel here. It's not in service right now. And then of course there's just an Apple store right there. It's been such a weird blend to see such historic buildings and such modern stores inside of them here in Europe. It just looks wrong. Also, the heat right now is really picking up. It is currently 22 degrees, but it just feels so hot. I don't know if it's just me. So it looks like there is another market here. Okay, so this one has a variety of names. Some people call it the Florence leather market, but I think it's actually called Mercato del Porcellino. But we're gonna walk through, check it out, hopefully have a better experience than yesterday. Still not necessarily in the mood to shop, but just to like window shop. Also, I've noticed that there's so many kiosks around Florence, just in like the most popular areas that are constantly selling like shawls, belts, bags, or literally anything. And you don't necessarily need to come to a market like this, although I'm sure the options are more here. It also seems like for the most part, these markets seem permanent, and I think I got here early. It looks like a lot of the vendors are still setting things up. So I thought that leaf bag is really cute, but it's 179 euro. So yeah, no. I've been wanting like a big leather bag. There are mostly bags here. Also a little bit outside of the market, there are even more. I feel like there isn't too much variety. Like there is, but at a certain point it's just kind of redundant. But okay, we are now going to continue over to a spot called 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. I'm so sorry for botching that. Wow guys, I feel like as used to seeing bigger buildings like this as I am at this point, it's still surprising to me every time to just take a step back and just be like, damn, like y'all really be having these in this city casually. The building is over here, but to its right there is this cool like section with really grand sculptures. The fact that the draping and like the details on these sculptures are all made of stone. The way these clothes look and how they're draped over. Even this horse having like veins on its body. That fountain we just saw is called the Fountain of Neptune. It was constructed from 1563 to 1565. And the fact that like they were not using the same construction tools or methods as we are. Here we are today using like machines and everything and making like the most minimalistic building. So behind me is Palazzo Gucci, which is apparently a 3-story museum showcasing the evolution of the brand Gucci, starting as a small leather workshop to what it is now as a luxury clothing brand. This is like the ultimate archive in like the coolest location. So I'm excited. And the first floor is actually just the regular Gucci store. Upstairs is the museum. So I'm walking up the stairs right now, and along the walls there is the evolution timeline.
Artisans in 7 pieces of leather, cut, stretched, and stitched into place to make each.
Guys, this museum is so cool so far. It's literally just an archive of their pieces, but it's just really well done. I've never really seen a brand do a museum for their pieces like this, so it's a nice change of scenery in comparison to regular art that you tend to see, so I'm enjoying this. I also might have just stumbled into the coolest room I've ever seen. So there's mirrors on the floor, mirrors on the ceiling, mirrors on this side here, and just a glass display of all their handbags. The one catching my attention is this one. they've actually got a mini theater in here, which I don't know if this is the film or just the waiting scene for the film. This is the weirdest film I've ever seen. It's not particularly enjoyable. It literally just feels like a psychedelic. I'm gonna go see the rest of the museum now. And I think we're nearing the end now. This is a room with all of the silk scarves displayed. And it looks like this is the last room, which has more silk scarves and this crazy mirror room. So just finished the Gucci Museum. Honestly, I think that's my favorite thing that I've done or seen in Florence so far. It was small but really cute and it's only €5. So I feel like we've been in such a like historic touristy vibe that going to that museum felt like somewhat of a little break. But anyway, next, we're not that far from a photo booth. I'm yet to do a photo booth on my trip and I love going to photo booths. They're just so much fun and such like a perfect souvenir since I'm kind of a trinket hater. Guys, we made it, but they only take cash, so we're gonna skip out on that. It was only €2 too, which is so cheap in comparison to the ones that I see in LA or New York. Bruh. I really wanted one. You kind of have to have cash in Italy. Also because there's like no public restrooms. And if you find one, you're gonna have to pay for it, even at McDonald's. So there's this place that I found on TikTok called 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 sandwiches. And it looks popular. It looks really yummy. The sandwich was only €7. It's a big sandwich. It's also hot. I also had no idea what to order. Like I was just overwhelmed. So I just asked the guy for his favorite and he said this one and he was like, don't worry, it's good. So I'm like, okay. I trust you, sir. This is what it looks like inside. I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I'm also not mad because it was just €7. Okay, we have walked 3 minutes down the street and now we are at the Basilica di Santa Croce di Firenze. My pronunciation is so bad, I already know. I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought for a second it was the same one as the one we saw yesterday. It looks like there is a little market in front.
We the ones who really pop, bro. On televisor, we the one who let chows blow up. Snow, let them piss him off, and it's a flop show. Murder man, singing murder music off a murder van. Beat the pushy up like I've been celebrating out murder scene. Who was in? One and only shot and known as murder man. Catch him doing 30, there's no other way but murder plans. I'm broken heart and you the type to go and fix. I wanna speak if you ain't talking about no tick.
I'm in this record store called Contempo Records, and it is so cool in here. I don't even own a record player nor any records, but I love coming to record stores just for the aesthetic, honestly. Being in here is just reminding me of LA because there's quite a few record stores in LA. I think I'm needing to feel like pieces of home right now, and it's just cool. Like it is a very cool store. So I made it to the river. And it's very shallow right under the bridge. So I'm now on my way to this viewpoint called 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭. Might have watched that again. I want to say I'm like 10 minutes away and you can see the incline start up there, which I'm ready for. It's already 12 p.m. and this is actually pretty much the last thing I had on my list for today. So I think we'll go up there. We'll vibe for quite a bit. We've made it here. We have some steps to go up, but you're already seeing a view of the city. So this garden is So cute. I'd love to spend time here if it weren't for the weather. It is so freaking hot, but in the background you can see these like castle-like walls. It kind of reminds me of the pictures I've seen of the Great Wall of China. But yeah, we're only a fraction of the way up to like the viewpoint, but it's so hot. I just had to chill in the shade here. It looks like there's also a cute outdoor cafe here. I could totally see myself vibing here on like a perfect spring day. Just climbed up those steps. There is like food, like clothing markets and stuff like that. And then look at this view. And to think I was literally just on that bridge right there, and it only took me like 15-20 minutes to walk up here. So I'm now sat at a bench waiting for my bus to come. I'm going next to my last location that I put on the list called 𝐬𝐫𝐫𝐫 Gardens. It looks nice, but I'd be lying if I didn't share with you guys that I feel like I'm really struggling right now to enjoy myself. I feel like I'm just not having a good time here. I'm trying really hard to feel positively and not feel like ungrateful or anything, because I paid money to be here. I'm having this incredible opportunity to travel, but oh no, it's not. But anyway, I don't know. I just can't shake that, like, I honestly just don't give a f about anything that I'm seeing right now. It could be because I've been traveling for 3 weeks now and I've just been seeing so much every day that, like, if I've already seen 10 cathedrals, the 11th one is definitely not as surprising to me anymore. 2, I think, like, in general, seeing these sort of historical landmarks and buildings and touristy kind of spots are great and all, but they're not really me. And do I really enjoy being a tourist? Yes, I do. But now that I've been doing that for 3 weeks, I'm just kind of sick of it. Like, I'm sick of pretending I care about things because I don't want to be ungrateful. But I actually don't really give a f. I can acknowledge that it's pretty. I can acknowledge that it's so incredible. But at this point in my trip, I'm just reaching a point where I just don't have it in me to feel as excited anymore. I don't really know what to do to make myself feel any better about it. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. I'm thinking after the gardens to go back to my hostel, just grab my laptop, go to that cafe that I really liked yesterday called Todomodo, and literally just sit on my computer and do some work. Because there are like a couple tasks that I could really use the time to do. And usually I feel like I'm wasting my day, but I've explored everything I want to see. I'm just feeling like I need to feel normal. Like, at home, I would usually post up at a cafe and do that. So I think this is just a different way of me experiencing the city, or at least I'd like to tell myself that. And hopefully I feel better. And maybe I'll find something to do at night. I had some people in my hostel, they were trying to plan like going out for drinks, but I don't even drink. So I'm not really in the mood to do that, to be honest. In general, I'm not really in the mood to like talk. I just want to like be antisocial, but at the same time, a part of me is like really missing my friends, because I'm missing like my personality coming out or my curiosity coming out and bouncing off of somebody else. Like, I feel like I'd be a lot more curious about like the shopping or the photo ops or whatever if I had someone with me, but right now I just can't be bothered. And I just feel like this is something that is a part of the journey when you're traveling for this long. And I kind of knew, like, after 3 weeks I would feel some type of way, but I hope that I figured out in the city and that the rest of my trip can be better, because I still got a long ways to go. I'm still in Italy for like another week and a half. Then I'm going to Berlin, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Stockholm, and back to London. So yeah. I decided to say fuck the garden, and I actually went back to my hostel took a nap for like 20 minutes and just like chilled for like an hour, and now I am here at Todomodo, which is the bookstore cafe that I came to yesterday and absolutely loved. I am sitting in that like cool area where there's like the staggered desks in the back. I just ordered a latte and a croissant. I'm just gonna enjoy myself, really cool down, because the heat outside gets you instantly. I was only outside for like 15 minutes, but I'm excited to like just enjoy the vibes here. Alrighty guys, it is now 6:30. I've been here for like almost 3 hours and I really needed this. I'm talking quietly because there's people doing work around me, but I spent about half that time journaling. I did some schoolwork. I'm very close to finishing my summer session, and also just some other like creative things. I'm literally in the mood to find another cafe or come back tomorrow to continue doing this, because I think that this is literally like my favorite thing that I've been doing in Florence. I journaled earlier about just some things that I've realized I really value about traveling with other people. I was just reflecting on like the differences between traveling solo and some things that I love about having someone else with me, like being able to bounce off of them or also see their perceptions of experiencing a new place. I also wrote about how although I love to explore, it's important for me to feel in my element too. I swear being in this cafe with no plan on what I'm gonna do next and allowing myself to spend hours here has been my favorite and most content part of these last 25 hours in Florence, not the 100th cathedral or historical landmark. Goodness, I am tired of forcing myself to care about the cathedrals. I feel good here. I romanticize my life in the most when I'm doing something normal and leisure in a different city. I also feel like I'm coming to a cafe to work is the closest to my dream life anyway, exploring and documenting. It's always made sense to me to create time to evaluate my life, brainstorm, get excited, or plan for the future. I wish I brought a book with me. Blah blah blah. I continue to talk about how I'm glad to be creating time and space even while traveling to be in my element, which is reflecting on my life, thinking about my future, doing some form of productivity or work, and I feel really good now, and I'm also very hungry, so I'm craving a big old pasta. I'm gonna find somewhere to eat some dinner and just call with some of my people and give you an update then. Okay guys, I'm now here at a restaurant called Bella Italia Bistro. I ordered a taglioni alfredo with an added chicken. I'm so excited. I've been craving chicken. Let's give it a taste. Very hot, but it hit the fucking spot. This is literally the best meal that I've had in Italy so far. Wow, I'm gonna enjoy this. For real. Okay guys, it is the next day. So last night I literally just hung out at my hostel continuing to do stuff on my laptop. Today I decided that I wanted to come to a coffee shop again, just because this is what has been making me happy and feel in my element. I literally just texted somebody, I just feel so in my element. I love being at cafes and doing work. I romanticize life and feel good about my progress, and ultimately this is the part I love about being in new cities. I feel like I get to be here for work or work while traveling, and it makes it feel more like a lifestyle as opposed to a singular experience. I also feel like it has something to do with the law of abundance. Like, no, I do not need to milk the shit out of seeing the city, because I can come back whenever I want to, and I should allow myself to feel the vibes of whatever I want to do. Today, that's sitting at a coffee shop all day. So I've been here for maybe about an hour, but I've been on the phone like catching up with one of my friends from home, and I've ordered myself an iced coffee, which I don't know who said was not normal in Italy. It's like not a thing at restaurants, but at like sit down study places, it's literally on the menu. Anyway, I think that like I've had so much exploring and relaxing that I'm feeling in a phase right now where I just want to feel progress, which is why like doing work is making me feel better. I've come to this really cute and cozy cafe that I found on TikTok. It's like rustic and has a lot of character. So I'm here in the upstairs loft by myself, just staring at this window, watching people pass by. I just feel so much better than when I was forcing myself to walk around exploring. And I know this vlog has been all over the place in terms of like me being in my feels and also trying to explore things. Going into it, I wanted it to be a fun vlog like my other ones. And I know that people will obviously go through different things while they're traveling, but this is just kind of how I'm feeling. I leave for Rome tomorrow, and I wonder how I'm gonna feel because obviously there's some very like incredible things to see in Rome that I'm excited about. I shouldn't feel the pressure to explore an entire city. I know I can come back in the future if I want to, and like trust that it'll be within my means to do so. This is such a cool freaking bookstore. Wow. So, I'm here at the Odeon Theater, and this is so freaking cool. So far, I feel like Florence is doing bookstore slash another thing a lot better than anywhere else I've seen in the world yet. This bookstore theater, so freaking cool. They stream like movies during the entire day for free, and then at night they have like their actual shows that you have to pay for. Along the sides here, they have these tables that overlook the middle. There's people like doing work here, and I learned that there's free Wi-Fi. I'm here with my laptop, and I'm gonna continue being on here while just chilling in this really, really cool space. Also, I forgot to mention that I did just eat lunch, but I went to the same place that I got for dinner last night and ordered the same exact thing. I was like, can I have a taglioni alfredo with chicken? He goes, just like yesterday. I was like, yeah. So, and then after this, I think I'm gonna get an affogato. So I'm now here at Tivoli to get some affogato. It's the most famous place in the city to get affogato, and there's a bunch of people like sitting outside enjoying it, so I'm excited. There's only one size for the affogato. You have a choice between vanilla or pistachio, but pistachio costs extra. I just did the vanilla, which is the basic. I saw on TikTok that the one rule is just do not mix it. Okay, so we've got ice cream and hot espresso. Wow. That is so good. I'm delighted. I like this more than any other Italian dessert I've ever tried. More than gelato, more than cannolis. All I have is espresso left. Really, really, really enjoyed that. Worth the hype, worth the 6 €. Good morning, guys. It is now the next day. So last night I had a pretty chill night, but I decided to go to one of my hostel events. They were doing karaoke, but there was a bunch of like younger Spanish and Argentinian kids on like a group trip. So they ended up taking over the song choices and playing a bunch of like Spanish hits that I was just not hip to whatsoever. But I did hop on the mic for a bit with one of my hostel mates. I had a pretty like fun and short night, so I can't complain, but now I'm super freaking tired. It's 9 in the morning. My train's at 10:15. So it's in about an hour. My train station is only 10 minutes away, so I'm gonna go to a bakery, grab some breakfast, and set myself up to have a better time in Rome. Also, I've noticed that coffee here in Florence is actually super freaking affordable. No more than €350. A short 5 minutes later, we are here at the cafe. Let's see what they have. I'm always craving like something savory in the morning. They actually didn't have as many options as I thought, so I just got a pizzette. I'm gonna try it really quick. I'm also gonna give my shoulders a break. Whew. and then figure out how to get to this train from here. Should not be far. Also, this is my outfit. I don't know if you can see all of it. The whites are different, but it's okay. And then my Solomon's, because these are literally the only sneakers that I brought to Europe with me. I got a little iced coffee and 2 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭. It was only €3.80, so €3.80. Coffee just tastes like milk. Oh my god, she literally just gave me milk. I'm confused. Wait, I'm confused. What? I'm gonna go back and ask. So I went back and I was like, oh, I ordered a latte. This is just a cup of milk. She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, like I wanted coffee. She goes, coffee, but you said latte. And I was like, oh, like it's not called like coffee latte? Like latte isn't a coffee latte? And she goes, no, like you have to say cafe latte. So I don't know if I'm just stupid or if that's the only place that is like that, but she just added an espresso shot and didn't charge me extra, so which is really nice. And now it's just an espresso with milk. But now we're gonna try this 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐿. This is what it looks like. I love how it's like literally just like tomato sauce and cheese on like a sort of croissant like thing. That's fire. Wow, that's so good. The texture of the bread, or the croissant, whatever, is perfect. The only thing is I wish it was hot. I'm gonna finish the rest of that at the train station where I know where my platform is and I'm not gonna miss my train. So I'm seated against the wall at the train station because I'm here early. I just enjoyed my 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐿 and my coffee, even though I spilled like half my coffee on my bag, but whatever, we're not going to talk about it. So we've just about concluded our Florence trip. It has been a weird but good past few days. I explored, I learned some things about myself as a traveler, and I'm very curious to how my moods and everything carry on to the rest of the trip, but I definitely feel like I'm done forcing myself to care about things that I just could live without. I love cafes. I want to find more to sit at. Like I genuinely felt the happiest when I was sitting somewhere cool doing stuff on my laptop or journaling. I thought Florence was an okay city for my liking. I thought it was fun to explore, but would I ever desire living here? Not at all. So I've come to my conclusion after spending a few days here that if I were to be a study abroad student here, I think I would enjoy it, only because I think that the real life part of it and being in a city where there's a lot of good food, fashion, cafes is something that I would enjoy. Also yesterday I went on a run for like a mile in the evening. First of all, it was so nice going out without carrying all my stuff. So going out with literally just my phone made it so much more enjoyable to be mobile, and running through the city is so much nicer than like running through LA. But anyway, that is all. Thank you if you made it to the end. I know it's been a journey. This vlog definitely hasn't been as extensive as the vlogs I've done so far during this trip, which if you want to check out, they're all on my channel. I've been documenting my entire experience traveling through Europe, and we're only 3 weeks in. So subscribe to follow along with the rest of my trip and journey, and I hope to see you in the next video.